Hello everyone and welcome back to the sessions on financial reporting. Friends, in this class of financial reporting, we are continuing with the topic Ind AS 116, that is leases. So friends, in this class, we are going to start with an important concept, that is identifying and separating lease components. So what do we mean by identifying and separating lease components? What are these lease components? Let us try to understand. First thing first, suppose there is a contract of lease. So obviously two parties involved, the lessor and the lessee. The lessor or the supplier has conveyed the right to use multiple assets. So there is a single contract, but the contract conveys the right to use multiple assets. For example, it is building, equipments, machinery, furniture, multiple assets which are being used by the lessee, but there is a single lease contract. So the issue over here that we are supposed to discuss, are we going to consider each asset separately from accounting viewpoint? What I am trying to say is, are we going to make separate accounting for lease of building, lease of machinery, lease of furniture, lease of office equipments? Are we going to have different lease accounting for each asset, or there will be a single lease accounting for the entire group of asset? This is the issue that we have to discuss. In this regard, Ind AS 116 very clearly states a fact that there are two conditions. If both the conditions are fulfilled, then each asset included in the contract will be treated as a separate lease component, and in that case the lessee will be accounting for each asset under a separate lease accounting. That means then there will be a separate accounting for lease of building, lease of furniture, and so on. So what are these two conditions? And mind it, both the conditions need to be fulfilled. Condition number one, that the lessee or the customer is able to use each asset independently, individually, without depending on other assets. Secondly, the other condition is the assets which are included under a contract are not highly interdependent or interrelated to one another. So sometimes it may so happen that the group of assets included in the lease contract, they cannot be used in isolation. That means one asset on its independent or individual basis cannot be used. It has to be grouped along with other asset, otherwise it will not be capable of generating economic benefits for the lessee on a standalone basis. So you can have multiple examples. Just imagine the cinema hall building. If there is a cinema hall building, the building on its own cannot function, right? It has to have that other equipments and furniture attached, then it is usable as a complete asset. In such case, even if the lease contract is mentioning that there are multiple assets, you will be accounting for this whole as a single lease. However, in any other case, I mean there may be different examples. So if you take case of say this studio setup that we have for lecture recording. Now if you look into the kind of assets that we have camera, we have this furniture and other equipments attached, there is a computer system, there is a laptop, there is a sound system. Each individual asset on its own is capable of being functionable, and individually this asset can be used otherwise also. In this case, if this entire studio is taken under a lease, you can consider that each asset included in the lease contract is a separate asset, and you should not account for all these assets together in one group, but there will be separate lease accounting for each asset. On the other side, the example given for cinema hall, there the building, the equipments, the furniture, these are to be used in conjunction to each other. That means individual assets over there cannot be used in isolation, they have to be used as a group of assets, and in such case, even though the lease contract includes multiple assets, those all assets will be accounted for as if it is a single lease. So friends, let me explain this in little more expanded details, and then I'll provide you notes that you should note down. So what we are talking about is a situation where the two parties involved, customer and supplier, they are entering into a contract whereby supplier is offering lease of multiple assets. That means there is a single contract, but the contract includes lease of multiple assets like building, machinery, furniture and equipments. So the whole concern over here is, shall we consider each of these assets, building, machinery, furniture, equipments, as a separate lease component, or should we consider the whole thing combined as a lease component? For this purpose, the criteria is very simple. You just have to look into one thing. This customer, lessee, can the lessee use building, machinery, furniture, each of these assets individually and independently without having interrelationship of other assets? If each asset can be used as a separate individual asset independently, then the lease contract involves lease of 4 different assets. In other words, there will be accounting for lease of building separately, accounting for lease of machinery separately, accounting for lease of furniture separately, and likewise, if these all assets cannot be used individually and independently, and they can be used only when worked together, in other words, they are highly interrelated or highly interdependent, in that case, lease of multiple assets will be considered as the entire lease component. That means all these lease components will be accounted for as if there is a singular lease. So once again I repeat, if there is individual independent use of these assets possible, then each asset will be accounted for separately as a separate lease component. That means then there will be 4 lease accounting even though there is a single lease contract. On the other side, if these assets are highly interrelated or highly interdependent and they cannot be used individually, they cannot generate economic benefits for the lessee independently or individually, then the lease payments will be accounted for in consolidation of all these 4 assets. In other words, then there will be a single lease component, a single lease accounting inclusive of all assets involved in the lease. So let us do one thing, let us write up the notes about what we have just discussed. Identifying and separating lease components. If a contract contains rights to use multiple assets, the right to use each such asset is considered as a separate lease component only if both the following conditions are satisfied. Condition number 1, the lessee can benefit from the use of asset either on its own or together with other resources that are readily available to the lessee, and the underlying asset is neither highly dependent on nor highly interrelated with other underlying assets in the contract. If any of these criteria are not met, then the right to use these multiple assets is considered as a lease component, that is a single lease component. So friends, I have already explained you this, you just note it down. This is something very, very important. Alright friends, you would have finished writing this whole thing. Let us now apply this concept in solving some questions. Let us take up question number 15. Let us read this question. Again, the question is given in 2 different scenarios, scenario A and scenario B. Scenario A says, a lessee enters a lease of an excavator and the related accessories, for example, excavator attachments that are used for mining purposes. The lessee is a local mining company that intends to use the excavator at a copper mine. How many leases and non-lease components are there? Scenario B says, assume the same facts as in scenario A, except that contract also conveys right to use an additional loading truck. This loading truck could be deployed by lessee for other uses, for example, to transport iron ores at another mine. So, in this question we are basically required to decide whether there is a single lease component or multiple lease components included. So, let us deal with each scenario one by one. In scenario A, what is the subject matter of lease, or what is the underlying asset under the lease? That is excavator and the related accessories, that is excavator attachments. Now, without the excavator attachments cannot work. This is just like the same type of example what we have learnt long back, that is the lease of tires of a car cannot be used without the car itself. Exactly same way here, the excavator attachments cannot be used without the excavator itself. That means the use of these assets are highly interrelated or highly interdependent. In scenario A, we can conclude that there will be a single lease component of the excavator along with the attachments. In scenario B, there is an additional asset involved, that is a loading truck, and this loading truck could be used by the lessee for other purposes also, where it does not depend upon the excavator. In such case, scenario B can contain multiple lease components, and these lease components would be: number one, the excavator along with its accessories, and the second asset involved would be the loading truck. So, let us see how to write up the answer. So, answer for scenario A would be: the lessee would be unable to benefit from the use of the excavator without also using the accessories. Therefore, the excavator is dependent upon the accessories, or you can also write that the accessories are dependent upon the excavators. Thus, from the perspective of the lessee, the contract contains one lease component, that is a single lease component. Write up this and then I will give you answer for scenario B. Alright friends, you would have written the answer for scenario A. Now let us move ahead and write up the scenario B answer. So, scenario B, the lessee can benefit from the loading truck on its own or together with other readily available resources, because the loading truck could be deployed for other uses independent of the excavator. The lessee can also benefit from the use of excavator on its own or together with other readily available resources. Thus, from the perspective of the lessee, the contract contains two lease components, that is lease of excavator together with the accessories. That means excavator and accessories are still considered as one component, and the lease of the loading truck as a separate component. So friends, write up this as well, and that will be completion of your answer.